Right, hello and welcome to Biztalk, and this is a program which we will discuss on matters concerning the national key economic areas and companies that involves directly or indirectly to the economic transformation program. And I am your host, Sureti Sanusi. And if you have any comments, you can email us at biztalk@bernama-tv.com, or you can tweet us at biztalk502, or you can call us at 0326937008. Now, today we're talking about developing virtual mall, which is also part of the NKEA wholesale. And today we have Encik Johairi Johan, the Managing Director of Burj Asia Corporation. Welcome to the show.
Assalamualaikum, Sureti.
Waalaikumsalam. So, right, before we go into Burj Asia and what it does, so let's talk about you a little bit. So, how did you get involved with Burj Asia? Where did you start from?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
First and foremost, thank you for inviting us for your program this week.
Yes.
Well, about me, I was formerly a banker.
Okay.
Yeah, I started my career with Maybank Berhad, followed by a short stint at Al-Rajihi Bank.
Right.
And my last spot was with CIMB Bank Berhad.
What were you doing back then?
I was doing mainly as a product development manager.
Okay.
Specializing in Islamic banking products.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
And how did you get started with Burj Asia, or the history of Burj Asia Corporation?
Okay. Actually, I decided to, after about 13 or 14 years experience in banking,
Right.
I was trying to find a new energy in life. So
Right.
I was thought like, I didn't start at Burj Asia.
Right.
Someone else started it.
Okay.
Then I was somehow introduced to the partner, and after listen to their proposition, the idea behind the product and everything, I feel very excited.
Intrigued. Okay.
Yeah, and I decided to call it a day. I think this is just like once in a lifetime opportunity,
Right.
which I don't feel like missing it. So it's quite crazy.
Right. When you say intrigue, what part of it that intrigues you?
Okay, one of it was mainly because of the whole virtual mall thing.
Okay.
Because I saw this trend of mobile commerce is gaining some traction.
Right.
I mean, for the past few years, you can see many people. In fact, you can hardly see people with Nokia phones nowadays.
Right.
I mean,
Smartphones.
you see most people are having smartphones.
Yes.
Either original or non-original, as long as it runs on Android.
As long as it's smartphone. Okay.
So I see the trend is there. The pattern is there. People are starting to use mobile phones as part of life. It becomes like a part of life.
Right.
So when I actually decided to call a day and join Burj Asia, we developed this application that we call Snap to Get.
Okay.
Yes.
And before that, how, as an experienced product development manager, how could you get that experience into Burj Asia, being part of the Burj Asia?
Okay, one of the important things as product development manager in a bank, for example, is for you to know whether the product that you're going to develop is probably going to have demand in the market or not.
Right.
I think that is the most important thing that you need to identify first. Whether there is a demand in the market for such product. And the same thing applies when we actually develop Snap to Get.
Okay.
Because as I said, we noticed that many people are using mobile or smartphone. Nowadays you hardly see people with normal handphones.
Right.
So I think it's about the right time, that we venture into mobile commerce business.
Right.
And because the demand is there.
Okay.
In fact, there are many statistics, that shows in the next couple of years, mobile commerce is going to be the next big thing.
Right.
So we just want to jump on the bandwagon, and so we just want to become the early adopters.
Right. Okay. You talk about Burj Asia was there before you came in, so probably you can tell us a little bit on the history on Burj Asia.
Okay. Burj Asia was established in 2009.
Okay.
Okay, and primarily was focusing more on mobile application development.
Okay.
And a lot of time spent in the initial years were more on the research and development.
Okay.
And when I came in, we launched, the mobile application, the mobile commerce application, Snap to Get. Then we also were invited by Pemandu,
Right.
you know, to become to try ourselves,
Right.
you know.
Okay, we'll talk about Pemandu being part of the economic transformation
Yes.
program, right? And before we get to step to get, what is it about? We have a package where we went to Burj Asia and we had a look what the company does. So let's take a look at the package right now.
Burj Asia Corporation Sdn Bhd is pioneering unparalleled mobile commerce services in Malaysia. This corporation, established in 2009 by Johairi Johan, the managing director, mission to spearhead and ensure that mobile purchase commerce gains a firm foothold here in Malaysia. Burj Asia Corporation main focus is providing a one-stop service solutions for mobile commerce, specifically in the purchasing sector. Their specialty involves marrying e-commerce with mobile commerce with the use of mobile technology to deliver robust and innovative business solutions. Furthermore, they can facilitate business to exploit the full potential of the emerging wireless communication technologies. Burj Asia Corporation Sdn Bhd comprises of a team of highly skilled individuals from various backgrounds, but with a single aim to introduce cutting-edge and emerging technology in the mobile commerce industry. Their comprehensive business models are focused on bridging gaps in the mobile commerce industry. With this and the ability of their business models to incorporate multiple cutting-edge technologies, apart from being renowned as the only company in Malaysia offering business transformation concepts in the mobile commerce industry. Powered by Burj Asia Corporation, Snap to Get is poised to revolutionize the way you to shop. They provide a platform that both merchants and shoppers can engage transactions using QR barcodes and smartphones respectively.
In security, we talk about security, we do have our own policy and term and condition. The special thing maybe I can highlight is about refund policy. You can refund, if you don't like the product, you can in 3 days you can let us know and we will refund, but it's 80% of the value.
Snap to Get is an integration of retail, payment and delivery all on a mobile platform. It's a user-friendly application and accessible via mobile. Users can access the Snap to Get app via their smartphones and start shopping. Products with unique QR codes will be located in city areas and areas with high foot traffic on advertisement known as virtual stations. These virtual stations are like virtual supermarket shelves where all of the products from their merchants are displayed with their respective QR codes. All customers can wipe out their smartphone, scan a chosen product's QR code at a virtual station. It will be added into their personal shopping catering events or shows where tickets can be bought with a simple QR scan. Utility bills can be paid on time. Traveling will be hassle-free with flight or hotel room bookings made easy. Grocery shopping without long queue, all this and more with Snap to Get. In addition to exploring their territory with their revolutionary business models that merges mobile commerce and digital marketing, they assist their clients in streamlining their businesses into the mobile commerce industry with ease.
What consumer can do is they can upload or download the product, the application from Apple Store or Google Play. Once they downloaded it, they can just go to the virtual malls that are available in certain places that we have already placed it. Once they already go there, they can see at there products, which product they want. They can just snap at the QR code. Once they already snap, they can key in their information, whatever data that is required there. And once they already that one, what we will do is we will proceed with logistics and payment. So we will push the payment first, then we go to the logistics. And once already done everything there, Burj Asia will push the email to the consumer saying that their products has been shipped.
Burj Asia Corporation's professionalism and high quality solutions are renowned, and it is an emerging company with a vision to bring new experiences to this country. Never before has it been so easy to shop anywhere, anytime from the palm of our hand. A system combining technologies, a smart way to bring you closer to a world of informed purchases, Burj Asia is a spearheading advancement in mobile commerce. Alice Helen reporting for Biztalk.
Right, that looks like an interesting place. But before we go into questions about Burj Asia and also Snap to Get, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll talk more on this right here on Biztalk.
Ekonomi dunia, berita terkini, isu semasa, segalanya baru dan benar hanya di Berita Dunia.
Tengah SMS apa tu?
Ayah, Bu. Saya tengah semak saman kereta, Ma.
Semak saman? Pakai telefon saja.
Senang je. Saya pakai SMS. Saya hantar ke My SMS 15888.
Bukan setakat semak je tau. Banyak lagi.
Ya, apa lagi?
Kamu boleh semak keputusan SPM dan STPM anak kamu. Semak status PLKN, buat aduan, semak status MyCard dan banyak lagi. Tak payah beratur panjang, minyak kereta pun jimat. Layari www.mysms.gov.my. My SMS 15888, mudah dan ringkas.
Right, thanks for staying with us on Biztalk. If you have any comments, you can email us at biztalk@bernama-tv.com, or you can tweet us at biztalk502, or you can call us at 0326937008. And today we're talking about developing virtual mall with Encik Johari Johan, the Managing Director of Burj Asia Corporation Malaysia. Right. Before we went for a break, we took a look at the Burj Asia, your company there. So besides Snap to Get, we'll talk about Snap to Get later, but I want to know other products. Do you have other products there at Burj Asia?
Yeah, I mean, apart from Snap to Get, we have also this one product that we call Snap for Ori.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which means, what is
Snap
that
for
for?
Ori is actually a authenticity and traceability system.
Okay.
Whereby we counterfeiting consumer products,
Right.
like optical discs, they are ripping off almost everything,
Yes.
Including car spare parts. So this has becoming a real problem for the government and also the private sectors as well.
Right.
So what we have actually developed through Snap for Ori is actually an application, a system where we combine a security label in the form of hologram,
Right.
where we printed a QR code
Okay.
on top of a hologram security label.
Right.
Then we link it back to a product database.
Okay.
So depending on what products that you want to
Check on.
check on, for example, optical disc.
Okay.
We will maintain a database of the specified optical disc.
Right.
So when the customer purchase the products,
Okay.
they will be able to scan using their smartphones,
Scanner.
through our Snap for Ori application.
Right.
They will be able to see the information about the product.
Right. Whether it's original or not.
Yes,
Okay.
they will be able to become enforcement themselves.
Okay.
So rather than leaving all the enforcement
To the government.
functions to the government,
Right.
now we are shifting the enforcement functions to the users.
To the users.
Because sometimes users
because they're the ones who are buying it. So.
they're having problems of, some are really
Want
thinking
to
of
buy.
buying an original products,
Yes, yes.
So they went in, looking for an original products,
Right.
but the current system that we have in the industry does not reveal, or rather tells that knowledge back to the customer.
It's not that sufficient.
Yeah, as a customer, I wouldn't know. I
Right.
could not spot the difference. How can I spot the difference between
An
an
original or
original car
not?
spare parts and the fake car spare parts.
Right.
When it's inside the same envelope, you know, it's inside the same plastic bag.
Yes.
And what more is being sold by the Proton dealers or maybe Pro
You
Dua
wouldn't
dealers, you know.
Yes.
So through our system, we are able to eliminate those.
Okay.
You know, first of all, the security label itself is the security.
Right.
Then second thing is the QR code.
I see.
No, because it's not easy to print a QR code on a
Yes.
hologram.
Yes.
Because you need to have a special printing machine
Okay.
in order for you to make sure that the end user is able to scan it.
Right.
So that's what we have developed.
Okay.
And the mobile application is available for free
Right.
in Android and also iOS.
Right.
Yeah. So
They can
that
look
is-
under, what can they search for?
They can search for Snap for Ori, SNAP for
ORI.
ORI.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of products do you have in your server already, in your database? What kind of products do you have now?
We are actually now in the final stage of getting this on optical disc.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have also talked to some of the private sectors
Right.
to commercialize this.
Okay.
Okay, this product has been completed in terms of R&D.
Okay.
You know, but we have not commercialized in a big way yet.
Right.
So we have not. You would not be able to see this in the market yet.
Yet. Okay.
Yeah.
But for now, are you targeting local or any kind of products from anywhere?
Okay, the beauty about this Net for Ori is because the hologram label is small.
Okay.
So you can practically affix the label on any consumer products that you can imagine.
Right.
You know, for example, KPDNKK as the ministry, you know, they may want to have this Net for Ori system imposed to all consumer products.
Right.
You know, ranging from
product.
health, beauty care products,
Right.
or even toys.
Okay.
You know, so because it's small, so you can
It's
practically
easy.
affix to
Okay.
anything.
So is that in talks now? Are you in talks with KPD and
Yeah,
KK?
we are in talks in KPDNKK and also private sectors.
Right. Okay. From there, now can we talk about Snap to Get, which is part of the developing the virtual mall? So probably can explain to me about the application on Snap to Get.
Okay, Snap to Get is actually an integration of retail,
Okay.
payment and delivery all on a single mobile platform.
Okay.
Okay, it was locally developed by us, and our business partners are MallPay as our payment gateway partner, and also Takubin as our delivery partner.
Right.
Okay, and the big idea here is that we want to, the keyword here is that let the store come to the people.
Right.
You know, so we wanted to bring virtual shopping to a new level in terms of easiness and also accessibility.
Okay.
Because now imagine that, you know, rather than buying a new set of smartphones,
Okay.
you know, through an online portal,
Right.
okay, imagine yourself buying the same piece of new smartphones
Okay.
just by scanning a QR code,
Right.
you know. So that's a big idea. You know, imagine yourself while sitting and waiting for your train, for
Okay.
example, LRT stations,
Right.
and you saw a product advertisement with a QR code,
Right.
a piece of new handphone, maybe
Okay.
Samsung.
Perfume or
You
something
know?
like that. Yeah.
Yep. You whip up your phone,
Right.
your smartphone,
Okay.
you scan it, you'll be able to pay using your credit card or
Right.
even your saving
Purchase it then and there.
there and then.
Right.
There and then, and also specify where you want us to deliver the product to.
Right.
It can be your address, it can be to your loved ones. It's totally up to you.
Wow.
The whole process will approximately take about between 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, with the purchasing, with the transaction of money and all
Exactly.
sorts. Okay, when you created the shopping online, the application Snap to Get, were you looking at other applications which has similar products like that, which is a similar application to the Snap to Get?
Actually, in Malaysia, we are the pioneer.
Right.
Yeah, when you talk about mobile commerce application
Right.
And activating it via QR code, we are the only player in the market.
Right.
Yeah, most that you've seen are probably only an online portal.
Right.
You know, you need to hook up your laptop.
Right.
You know, you need to go to the portal. You know, then you need to make the transaction. Those are the normal online portals.
But I think I saw it somewhere, I think on TV, that other countries, some of the countries are using this as well.
Yes.
So are you, I mean, when you created the application, do you create it based on what they have done, or this is purely, from scratch? You created it based on local products and local kind of transaction.
We have actually developed everything by ourselves.
Okay.
Because when we discussed with Pemandu, there were some set of milestones that was actually put upon us.
Okay.
And we delivered that. There were some milestones, including R&D, including mobile developments, and all that. You probably have seen this in another country. I can give you an example. The best case was actually in South Korea.
Yes.
Okay, in South Korea, through a Tesco subsidiary called Home Plus.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
It works very well there.
Yes.
It works very well there, whereby they're using the same thing. I mean, the whole business model is exactly the same.
Right.
And they advertise basically Tesco grocery products.
Yes.
Over the LRT stations in South Korea.
Yes. So you model it after that as well.
Yeah, we did took some of the, of course, some of the idea behind it, because it works very well.
Yes.
Yeah, just to give you more information about that, Tesco managed to become the #1 online retail stores.
Yes,
when they actually launched that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you tried to emulate that as well here.
Yes.
Okay. We have to go for another short break. When we come back, we discuss more on this matter right here on Biztalk.
Current issues, latest headlines, illuminating visuals, everything right and now on Bernama News.
Amalan hijau perlu dijadikan sebagai gaya hidup harian.
Ya, macam pakai baju hijau, topi hijau, makan sayur hijau dan dengar lagu hijau.
Bukanlah ayah. Amalan hijau ini amalan berhemah dan berjimat dalam penggunaan api dan air. Amalkan 3R dan gunakan produk berteknologi hijau.
Ya, ayah lawak aja tadi tu. Lampu kalau tak pakai, tutup. Gunakan lampu dan barangan elektrik yang menjimatkan tenaga. Air pula jangan dibiarkan menitik, membazir. Bila hujan, kita tadahkan air untuk membasuh kereta dan menyiram pokok bunga.
3R, reduce, reuse, recycle. Kurangkan penggunaan beg plastik. Amalkan penggunaan barangan kita semula. Kongsi kereta ke tempat kerja atau naik LRT.
Kalau kita amalkan semua amalan hijau ni, ia akan dapat menjamin kesejahteraan hidup untuk generasi akan datang.
Amalan hijau. Pesanan ini dibawa oleh Kementerian Tenaga, Teknologi Hijau dan Air.
Right, thanks for staying with us on Biztalk. If you have any comments, you can email us at biztalk@bernama-tv.com, or you can tweet us at biztalk502, or you can call us at 0326937008. And today we have Encik Johari Johan, the Managing Director of Burj Asia Corporation, and we are talking about developing virtual mall, which is part of the ETP or the NKEA. So now, before we went for a break, we were talking about, we're getting to know what Snap to Get is. So I would like to know, what can Snap to Get offer to us?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Apart from mobile commerce application,
Okay.
Snap to Get is also able to provide statistical reports for the advertisers.
Wow.
It's able to produce, for example, reports on the frequency of scans made on a single product.
Right.
Okay, it is able to tell you where was it scanned and when was it scanned.
Right.
So this is actually the big difference between what we have and what Home Plus has or probably has. We have an engine behind whereby we are able to produce reports. For example, you as a product advertisers, right? I mean, you've seen a lot. It's not small money. Especially when you're talking about advertising your products at LRT stations.
Right.
So I was thinking, the idea came in when, I was thinking, as a product advertiser, wouldn't you want to know whether your advertisement actually does give an impact?
Yes.
What is the return for you?
Right.
You are spending like maybe 500,000,
Yes.
So what's the response like? Are they really people stop
Are
and
they
looking at your product
interested
ad?
to look at
Are they
it?
really people
Yeah.
really read
Right.
at what you actually printed on it?
Right.
So then we came up with this, because when we actually print the QR code next to the product that
Right.
is being advertised, for example, at the LRT stations,
Okay.
we are able to produce statistical reports
Okay.
because we have engine behind to calculate how many times it's scanned, where was it
Even though
scanned.
they're not purchasing it, they're just scanning it.
Yes, even though
Okay.
they're not purchasing it, So if they purchase it, it's already a bonus.
Yes.
You as a product advertiser, if you're talking about the current way of advertising your product at LRT stations,
Right.
you're not getting any revenue from there.
Right.
You
Okay.
may have people interested in buying your product, but they're
Right.
going to walk into your shop.
Okay.
But wouldn't it be more interesting that you get your customer? Yeah, I'm interested. I may be not interested. I may be interested.
Right.
We can also make it such in a way that you probably want to launch a new product.
Okay.
You probably want to launch a new product, so you sort like want to test the market demand.
Right.
We can have a lead management system built for you.
Okay.
So that when people scan, you have people hitting it.
Right.
So the more people hitting it, then many people wanted to know more about the product.
Right.
So there are many things that we can do with the engine behind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And besides that, statistically giving report about consumers' wants and needs and look at, any other things that Snap to Get can offer?
Other than that, Snap to Get is a good way of the small and medium entrepreneurs.
Okay.
To perhaps trying a new channel of advertisement.
Right.
This because the cost of getting their products advertised through us is very cheap.
Okay.
We are not charging anything upfront.
Okay.
Because the beauty about QR code is that you can print it on any flat surface.
Okay.
So as long as it's on a flat surface,
Okay.
People will be able to scan it.
Right.
For example, I give you an idea. You probably have flyers already printed for your products.
Right.
You can distribute it to people,
Right.
but people cannot purchase.
Yes.
You just need to do a little bit more.
Okay.
Where you print our QR code, you work with us,
Okay.
print a QR code next to each of your product.
Right.
You do the same thing. You distribute the flyers. People can transact.
Right.
People can purchase.
Right.
So you do not need to have a sales network. So
see.
that is the other thing that we can have, especially for the
SMEs.
new startups,
Right.
new entrepreneurs
Right.
who are trying their hands in
Trying to advertise their product.
Exactly.
Okay. And you said it doesn't cost much. So when it doesn't cost much, besides printing the QR code, you guys print it, right? And you guys come up with the engine. Do you come up with a solution, for example, probably handing out the products as well, or that all depends on the vendors themselves?
That's a good question.
Okay.
It depends on what the requirements the product advertisers want.
Okay.
Some of them may prefer that they handle the delivery.
Yes.
But what we can offer is the whole solution.
Right.
We can take care of the purchasing.
Right.
We can also take care the delivery.
Okay.
So when I mentioned about the cost being cheap,
Right.
the only thing that we are charging, is only when the product is sold.
I see.
Because we are doing revenue sharing.
I see.
Yes, we are not
Okay.
charging anything upfront.
Right.
We design the flyers. I mean, if the product advertisers wanted us to design,
You can design that as well.
we can design
Okay.
that as well. But
Okay.
obviously there will be some charge to it.
Yes.
And unless if you're talking to some big product advertisers, they will
Okay.
already have designers for that.
Right.
So we just need to send the QR code file,
Okay.
with details of the product
Right.
to the printer, and they're able to print already.
Right.
So, but we're talking about the small product advertisers, the new startups, SMEs, and all that. No, they may probably not have designers.
Yes.
So we can even do that service for them.
Right.
Yeah, with a small cost.
Okay.
But what we're looking at is that we only earn our revenue
when
the product is
purchase.
sold.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit on your clients now that you have in your engine or in your database?
We have close to about 30 vendors now.
And you started in what,
We
2009?
end of last year.
Okay.
Yeah, we have close to about 30 vendors now.
Okay.
The numbers could be better.
Okay.
To be honest, the numbers could be better. But
Ranging from?
Ranging from the normal categories, electronics, health and beauty.
Right.
Yeah, health and beauty apparels.
Okay.
You know, we also have some what you call grocery products.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we have now.
Okay. So
when
by towards the end of the year, how many vendors would you like to have?
We are actually more concerned about the quality.
I see.
Yeah, that's why I was saying just now, 30 is not a big number.
Right.
You know, but we were very selective because the whole model works this way. We do not produce the products.
Okay.
You see, so our name is at stake.
Yes.
You see, so the product is being produced by the advertisers.
Right.
So that's why we were very careful. We only partner with what do you call these companies? Yeah,
right.
which we are very convinced that they are able to deliver.
I see.
Yeah, because
Okay.
being an online company, online business company, that is a very important thing.
Right.
Because you do not want your customers to lose trust.
Right.
No, that's the end of it.
Yes.
You know, when people purchase and they got to wait like 1 week, 2 weeks, you know,
Yeah.
or even some of them receive a product, has been damaged,
Right.
So we are very, very careful about that.
Okay, and we talk about there's some issues on e-commerce especially. So we also interviewed a couple of lecturers from ITM, which is from Faculty of Business Management. So let's take a look at the first package right now.
I believe that among businesses in the e-commerce industry, I'm talking about the challenges within the industry itself, between smaller businesses and big businesses. Yeah, smaller businesses face relatively greater challenges than do larger and already established businesses, as e-commerce relies on technology such as mobile commerce, electronic funds transfer, supply chain management, internet marketing, online transaction processing, electronic data interchange, inventory management systems, and automated data collection systems. It is the large and established firms that have the resources to exploit the new technologies. Other challenges include having to face more intense competition in terms of price and quality, the issues of trust, maintaining business reputation or credibility, and ensuring no disruptions of service to customers that potentially lead to loss in sales and customer loyalty. And another great challenge is to stay in business. Getting into the industry is relatively easy because of the low entry barrier, but with easy entry comes increased competition, which leads to narrow profit margin. Thus, how does an online business ensure that it is profitable or that it survives in the industry? Surely by maintaining high sales volume, which in turn means developing and maintaining a big and loyal customer base, attracting customers and transforming them into repeat buyers. And for this, oftentimes businesses would end up having to invest heavily in costly technologies. Well, e-commerce actually provides an effective and efficient way of doing business. There's no doubt about that. But for this to materialize, adequate infrastructure must be in place. Network infrastructure and application systems must be continuously upgraded, fine-tuned and maintained regularly. The government seems to be doing the right thing by establishing the Ministry of Multimedia and Communications, which looks into the improvement of information and communications technologies and IT infrastructure. Issues of concern pertaining to e-commerce, a few of which are information privacy and security issues, vulnerability of websites to virus spread and hacks, lack of trust issues, must be addressed quickly. A survey that was conducted recently indicates that 70% of Malaysian businesses believed that security is the most important barrier to e-commerce development. The future potential of e-commerce for SMEs in particular is huge, and they should follow in the footsteps of big businesses to tap the global market. They should adopt e-commerce to transcend market boundaries and reap the benefits of economies of scale and increase their business profits.
And that was Dr. Azlina Hanif, the Coordinator of Corporate Communication of Faculty of Business Management. Right, before we go and answer some of the issues that she mentioned, we'll go for another short break, and when we come back, we'll talk more on this matter right here on Biztalk.
kemasan masa. Mengupas isu semasa. Jadi saluran pelbagai suara. Segalanya baru dan benar di Berita Bernama TV.
Kerajaan telah mengurangkan subsidi harga minyak sebanyak 20 sen seliter bagi petrol RON 95 dan diesel mulai 3 September 2013. Namun begitu, untuk meringankan bebanan rakyat, kerajaan masih lagi menampung pemberian subsidi bagi petrol RON 95 sebanyak 63 sen setiap liter dan diesel sebanyak 80 sen setiap liter. Subsidi minyak, bukti kerajaan prihatin.
Right, thanks for staying with us on Biztalk. If you have any comments, you can email us at biztalk@bernama-tv.com, or you can tweet us at biztalk502, or you can call us at 0326937008. And today we're talking about developing virtual mall with Johari Johan, the Managing Director of Burj Asia Corporation Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Right, before we went for a break, we listened to Dr. Azlina Hanif from the Faculty of Business Management from UITM. So she mentioned that, you know, like you did, you need to gain trust from the public and also from the advertisers. So probably you can elaborate on that as well.
Yeah, I mean, we know that, you know, this is going to be
a big major issue.
Yes, a major issue, and actually I think the government has played a big role on this recently.
Okay.
You know, they launched a Digital Malaysia initiative.
Yes.
And one part of it is that they endorsed this Malaysia Trust Mark seal.
Okay.
You know, where actually under cybersecurity, reports to MOSTI, where it's basically endorsed and guaranteed that the online portals are actually safe and secured.
Right.
And also comply to the international standard.
Right.
So there's already an organization that is doing this on behalf of the government.
And I know that you are also part of the initiative as well.
Yes.
So probably you can elaborate on that. I mean, what is it for? How does it work? And how can that be a safeguard for the consumers?
Okay, basically the idea behind this Malaysia Trust Mark seal is to give confidence to the users.
Okay.
You know, because there are too many online portals nowadays.
Yes.
You know, you need to make sure that the consumers are well protected.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, sometimes the consumers themselves, they do not know.
Yes.
You know, are they purchasing this product at a valid online portal, for example?
Yes.
You know, so Malaysia Trust Mark helps in a way that they validate your portal. For example, our Snap to Get portal.
Yes.
We are one of the early adopters.
Right.
You know, the first few, you know, that have gone through the process.
Right.
They came and checked, you know, basically the security settings that we have on the website complies to the international standards or not.
So that's part of the criteria
that's
that you
part
need.
of the criteria. Then they also look at your guaranteed or rather return policy.
Right.
You know, when a customer receives your product, do you have a return policy? Do you have exchange policy?
Right.
So they are really taking care of this.
Right.
So my advice is, as a consumer, you know, you should, you know, start looking at portals with this Malaysia Trust Mark seal.
Right.
You know, you need to support this initiative.
I see.
Yeah, it works like, for example, halal products. You know, they have Kim logo on top of it.
Yes.
So it is actually the same thing.
The same thing.
It's actually the same thing. It's Malaysia Trust Mark seal,
Okay.
which you can see on the online portal.
Right.
There'll be a mark
Right.
at the bottom right corner of the online
Can
portal.
that be, that be done by anyone else, or it can only be done only by the trust mark maker?
You know, it can only be done by the Malaysia Trust Mark.
Okay.
Yeah, cybersecurity.
So, is there a website where I can check whether, this website is true and, you know, it's original and it is being labelled by the trust mark?
I think cybersecurity is now in the midst of updating their database.
Right.
So I think maybe probably not now.
Okay.
But I think in the maybe in the next 1 month or 2 months.
Right.
Probably you can see in their website. You can probably go to Malaysia Trust Mark website.
Okay.
To see what are those, you know, portals that have been validated.
Right.
As having Malaysia Trust Mark seal.
Right. Okay. Besides that, she also mentioned that our IT infrastructure, are we at that stage where, you know, we are proud of our IT infrastructure already?
We should.
Okay.
Yeah, being an managing director of an IT company myself, I
Right.
think what we have here in Malaysia is pretty much up to the international standard.
Right.
The most important part here is that how we can prevent those one night or two nights online portals.
Yes.
Those things that we need to be very careful. And I think government has taken some initiatives
Right.
to address this.
Okay.
And one of it was Malaysia Trustmark.
Right.
I'm sure government will be coming out with a few more steps to make sure that online shopping will be more safer in the future.
Right. And talking about online, we have to talk about viruses, virus attacks. So at Snap to Get or at Burj Asia, what do you do to prevent all this, viruses coming into the website and destroying your database and, probably hacking your purchasing database as well?
Oh yeah, as I mentioned, part of the criteria in order for you to get the Malaysia Trustmark seal is that your security settings, or rather, your settings that you have for your
Okay.
portal must be up to the standard.
Right.
So you need to have a certain specifications
Right.
for your website, in order for you to achieve that.
Okay.
Yeah. There will not be so much of virus,
Okay.
but it's more like of phishing of information.
Yes, phishing.
Phishing of information, which you need to be very careful at.
Yes.
So we have, for example, in our portal, we have taken some steps, to make sure that everything is safe and secure.
Yes.
We have everything checked every day.
Right.
We have a dedicated staff, we have a dedicated server.
Okay.
We have people checking on it.
Right.
So in fact, some of the information we ourselves couldn't even see it.
Right.
So I think in terms of safety, in terms of phishing of information,
Okay.
We are quite confident with our portal.
Right. Okay. Now, lastly, she mentioned that the SMEs should take advantage of this e-commerce, especially when they need help in terms of advertising their product. But I know some of the SMEs are not really, they're not really IT savvy. So what can you do at Burj Asia to help all these SMEs?
Yeah, exactly. We need to help the new startup SMEs, because they need to have a distribution channel, and it's not cheap. If you're talking about, selling through a sales network, they need to cut a certain margin
Right.
that they earn and pass it over to the sales network.
Right.
So going for e-commerce is a better bet.
Right.
For normal startup SMEs. In terms of educating them, I think that is the most important part here.
Right.
Government maybe can play a bigger role, in terms of launching some programs to educate, or rather encourage also the young SMEs.
Right.
To learn more about e-commerce.
Yes.
To get themselves equipped with what are those things that they are supposed to look at.
Right. They need to be updated.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think an ongoing programs, or rather ongoing campaigns supported by government will
Right.
help a lot.
Right.
We ourselves as a private sector company, as a private company, the most we can do, is just like going by advertising it on our corporate website, telling them about what we have, what you should be looking at, in order for you to find a very good online partner.
Right.
So other than that, it goes beyond. So I
Right.
think government has to play a bigger role there.
Okay, right. We'll take another short break, and when we come back, we'll talk more on this matter right here on Biztalk.
Why peace? The world will tell you this is what the world needs, this is what the world needs, this is what the world needs. But 7 billion people on the face of this earth are crying out for one thing and one thing alone, and that is peace. And peace is not the absence of war. I travel not because I like to travel. I travel so I can say this. What you're looking for is inside of you, and you should be in peace.
Rawat has been traveling for 40 years, inspiring people around the world to find peace within.
I go and I talk to people, and I present them with the possibility of themselves discover the peace that lies within you.
girang gemilang atau penuh kecundang. Paparan kegairahan, laporan sukan tanpa sempadan, wadah bertenaga dan terkini. Sukan at Bernama TV.
The transition from conventional business to e-commerce requires new knowledge, new skills, and new ways of doing all things. Now we are still talking about customer-business relationship, but it's a new model of doing business with little precedent to success. Even few experts with, we don't have experts, but there's huge potential there. Now, so what are some of the changes that come to mind when we're talking about changing from conventional business to e-commerce? First, now the layman often refers to online selling as the fourth channel of distribution. Now, the traditional three channels would be face-to-face, and then you've got telephone and mail. So the internet can use all three, plus it adds on email as well as the World Wide Web in terms of electronic commerce for paying. Now, businesses taking the plunge into e-commerce will need to realize that they're creating a new channel of distribution. They need to be effective. They need to know that they have to define new roles and effectiveness, efficiency, getting products over to the customers, because it's a whole new game. Now, e-commerce also introduces possibilities in terms of timeliness, because it's done online, and it also helps add value in terms of product comparison, access to information, and service and customer comfort. Reduction of effort as well in the shopping experience, compared to the brick and mortar method. So other game changes which I should mention here would be in the form of less, or there'll be no barriers, in fact, in terms of geographics, physical barriers, and also time, because of the fact that internet, the nature of internet is really real time and it's accessible. Now, existing marketing channel sales, which are in the conventional business, will definitely be affected because of e-commerce. And generally, web business, we have to know that it is demand-driven, and hence demand-driven, pull-driven market system. So besides that, other worthy mentions of changing in terms of conventional business to the e-commerce would be electronic database management security will become absolutely imperative, and digitization will also be very important and not to be overlooked.
Right. Dr. Amina mentioned that, e-commerce versus conventional businesses. Obviously e-commerce, it's fast, it's easier, everything is done within minutes, even in a blink of an eye. But it doesn't really, like for conventional kind of businesses, for example, like myself, if I buy a phone, I would rather hold the phone and check out the phone first rather than just buying it online. So how could e-commerce complement that, buying stuff and getting a feel of it,
Okay, before I commented on that,
right.
The other aspect that I think we need to look at is more on the contribution of e-commerce to the economy.
Right.
As time has now become more like a commodity.
Right.
Everyone is like, chasing for time.
Right.
You need to have something that make it easier for the people or for the customers to purchase, and that's where e-commerce comes in.
Right.
So when it actually saves time,
right.
In other hand, it increases the productivity
right.
of the customers, so they can spend more time maybe at their work.
Right.
So it does helps in economy.
Right.
So to answer to your question,
yes.
About some customers who are not used or probably still want to have that feeling of touching the real thing, right?
Right.
Actually, mobile commerce can go as far as even projecting you an image.
Okay.
There is another technology that we're talking about.
Okay.
If you really want to go into that, there is already a technology available.
Right.
Whereby when you actually scan, a QR code or some other codes, you can actually see the real thing, the real 3D project thing in front of you.
Right.
So that is the best that the virtual product can be, or rather the closest to the real thing.
Right.
But having said that, don't forget when we were talking about banking transactions.
Yes.
We were talking about maybe 10 years ago.
Yes.
When people are not used of
online
keeping their money using a machine.
Yes.
Many people rather prefer to walk into the counter and pass over their money for deposit.
Right.
But now you see many banks, are having less and less staff in the banking area.
Yes.
Some are even having 2 or 3 staff.
Yes.
And they are investing a lot of money in these automated teller machines, cash deposit machines, and so on.
Right.
Initially, you have many people who still prefer walking to the counter.
Right.
But as the time moves on, you see people start accepting that technology.
I guess it goes back to trust.
Yes, it becomes a trend.
Yes.
You feel confident.
Right.
Hey, why should I walk into the counter?
Right, and
I just
spend
do it
10
here.
minutes still queuing up and all. So I guess it goes back all to trust. And by saying that, I know you are part of the NKA and also the champion of NKA Wholesale and Retail, which is EPP 7 on developing virtual mall. So how can you, as a champion, help other people who wants to develop a virtual mall?
Yeah, thank you. As I said, we are actually having in our plans some programs to help the new startup SMEs.
Right.
To actually advertise their products to our platform.
Okay.
And we are not going to charge anything. We will only charge when the product is sold.
Okay.
So this is something that we feel we can contribute to the economy.
Right.
Or then we can also help many startup SMEs to grow their business.
Okay.
So that is a way we're looking at.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you focusing on a certain SMEs or there can be any?
No, it can be any.
Right.
It can be any as long as there's a demand for the product.
Okay.
I think it's the best way that we let our options open. So maybe after sometimes we see the trend, then we can see maybe some products are not really going through this platform. Then we can start diminishing it off. Yeah.
Changing the products.
Yes.
Okay, we're almost to the end of the program, so probably you want to tell the public on what Burj Asia has in the future or coming soon.
Yeah, we are going to be very, very big in terms of promoting our Snap to Get very soon.
Right.
We are planning to deploy our Lightbox advertisement at LRT stations. We are in the final stage of talking to Suruhanjaya Koperasi Malaysia, SKM, to actually advertise Co-op One Malaysia products through our platform.
Okay.
Yeah. For your information, SKM actually already have their advertisement at LRT stations.
Right.
They have about 10 to 15 locations across Klang Valley.
Right.
LRT stations with Co-op One Malaysia products.
I see.
But there's no QR code there. So we are already
starting
we are starting with Suruhanjaya Koperasi Malaysia. Hopefully by the first quarter of next year.
Okay.
And you will most probably see this happening very, very soon. We will partner with the big advertisers, some electronic giants, for example. So those are planned that
you have in future.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they need more information on Burj Asia or Snap to Get, where can they go to?
They can actually go to our corporate website to understand more about our business,
which is
www.burjasia.com.
Okay.
For online portal, they can actually go to www.snap2get.my.
Right.
Snap2get.my.
So they can get information there, or they can call you at if I'm not mistaken, 0383209970.
Yes, they can.
Okay, right. Thank you, Johari, for being with us and talking about developing virtual mall. And thank you so much for tuning in to Biztalk. And until we meet again real soon, I'm Surati Sanusi. Goodbye.